So I would love to hear, Patti. I've been so curious about your work and cellular cleansing. I've had some health challenges in my body, and I would just love to know how it could benefit my health and also my life in general.
I think the thing to really understand about cellular is it's something that I developed 29 years ago. I didn't take a class in it. I didn't have a structured process. I thought about the fact that color works, which is what I started with, can work one emotion at a time. But I said there had to be a way to take multiple emotions out of the body at one time, because emotion is what creates disease. We really want to put it as a lot of external stuff and things happening to us, but the bottom line is it really starts with an emotional core. So in order to get your body flowing again, you really need to get those emotions out. And color works and tone works are wonderful because they do, one color or one emotion at a time. But you really want to get in there and get them all out, right? Especially if you're dealing with something that's really affecting your health and your life and your well-being. And so I developed cellular cleansing using a method of not only going into your past, not memories, right? Because most of us don't remember before age 6. We don't remember how we were feeling in womb. We don't know what came through in the DNA or possibly past life, if you have a belief in that. So I sat with it and I really thought about it. And I thought, you know what? This is a way that I can help someone move through the process with my energy, because my energy is a little unique. I'm not doing Reiki. I'm actually dealing in the subtle energy field, which in science we call your immune system, right? It's there, it's tangible, it moves through every single cell. What I developed was a process where you have fun. You get to have fun. It's nothing about you having to regurgitate your life, because it's like, wow, who wants to regurgitate our life? I mean, talk therapy, don't get me wrong, talk therapy, hypnotherapy, all of them are fabulous modalities to help us understand behavior that needs to change, right? But when we look at the totality of life and how much we don't remember, talk therapy and hypnosis will come to a standstill in most cases. So cellular was a way to take in increments. We start with age 1, and that's the moment of your birth until the day before your 2nd birthday. I don't want you to think about memories. I want you to just go in there and find a dirty room. You can pick a room that you've seen in your lifetime. You can go ahead and imagine something, but you're going to go in with helpers, guides, angels, animals, whatever you want to take in with you to help, whatever makes you feel secure. You're just not going to take anyone from the current life, right? Because we all got issues. Even if we love each other, we all got issues.
Yes.
So you go into a room and you simply touch the dirt. What's happening is this, and your guides are touching the dirt. What's happening is this. When I give you the time frame, age 1, moment of birth until the day before your 2nd birthday, the cells in your body that stored emotion during that time frame literally raise out of your body. Just look at it like all these various cells from different parts of your body raise up. When you go in and clean, you're literally cleaning that cell. And then you create something amazing, fantastical. People tell me that's not a word. It's a Patti word. It's fantastical because it's amazing, it's fantastical, it's wonderful. It doesn't have to make logical sense. You could be hanging from a swing, on a swing from the moon. You could be floating in the clouds. You could, let the walls disappear of this dirty room and be out in the forest next to a stream listening to the birds. It's so wonderful, right? And so you've got this amazing space that if you ended up being there for the rest of your life, you'd be totally content doing it. And so What happens then is those beautiful, amazing, fantastical feelings go back into those cells, and then that's what goes back down into the body. So you still have your same memories, even though you're not thinking about memories at that time period. You still have your same memories, but you have different emotional hits to them. Then we go into what I call the womb room, the 9 months that you were in your mother's womb. And even though this is the womb room, your mother's not there, okay? Doesn't need to be a dark place. You go in, same thing. Touch the walls, clean it up, and then create something truly unconditionally loving. Whether you want to bring an angelic choir in, maybe you want to have a fiesta party, maybe you're just going to have, quiet, maybe you're going to bring in a bunch of puppies or kittens, whatever you want. But that's the unconditional space, right? So again, the unconditional vibe goes back into the cells. The next room is the conception room. And this is where you're going to have a huge egg, twice your size, huge sperm, twice your size, totally out of proportion. But you're going to go in with a high pressure washer and bleach. And you're just going to clean those bright white. And then you'll see the sperm come into the egg and create this massive white explosion into your body. And it's so amazing. It just fills the room with such peace and wonderment. And then the last structured room is past life or genetic DNA. And your guides go into this one, you don't. They go in and they disconnect anything that could have been genetically passed down or past life passed down, depending on what you believe in. And they go in and disconnect everything that you've already learned and that you don't need to carry anymore, if that's the basis of your disease process. And then we go to age 2, and then we'll start taking them in larger segments, like age 2 to age 6, 6 to 12, so on and so forth. So that by the time you're done, everything has had a reset within your body. The cells that are congested are now flowing with better emotions, okay? So you'll be out and about doing something and something will happen and you'll go, wow, 2 weeks ago, I would have really gotten upset about this. And now it's kind of like, meh. I've had people with cellular cleansing have instantaneous, miraculous healings. I've had some people that take all 6 months for the body to rearrange. I remember specifically a woman who was really obese and needed to lose 150 pounds. And she had done everything else and she decided she was going to do a cellular. And she was so cute because in a cellular, I give 6 months of follow-up. I want to make sure that your body's doing what it needs to do. And she was so cute because she was calling me every week, I haven't lost an ounce. I haven't lost an ounce. And I'm like, how are you feeling? And she's like, emotionally, I'm doing a lot better, but I'm still really frustrated because I haven't lost an ounce. And so I'm like, your body, time is in your body's, way. I mean, the body's going to let loose when it's ready to let loose. Yes. For 5 months, she called me every week. And I'm like, do your homework, do your healing pools, do your homework. Your body is like energetically like moving towards it. I'm watching it, I'm seeing it. She got to 5 months and her weight just dropped off. Like in a month time period, she had lost about 60 pounds and it was just dropping. And it was amazing. She needed her patience, right? One of the things she was working with, but it works. One of the things you get with cellular is everybody gets homework and you get the healing pools, because when we're done with your age, right, we go into the healing pools and the pool of forgiveness, the pool of unconditional love, the pool of healing. And that's your homework for at least the next 3 months.
Wow.
Your body can take up to 6 months to shift. And that doesn't mean everybody's going to be healed, right? That doesn't mean that, oh, gee, you're not going to have any problems after that. It means that and guarantee you, you'll have a different emotional spin on your life, right? And that helps tremendously when we can use our positive perception then to look at our life. But you'll start feeling better because the emotions that were stuck in the cells that were stagnating your body and creating disease now have more of a free flow. It's so much fun for you. I stay up with you for 2 nights, pushing energy, pulling energy. It's a 48-hour period for me. It's a process that I encourage anyone, if they're going through a disease process, get in, do the cellular. If you've got a lot of emotional garbage that hasn't turned into a disease, then do an emotional cleansing, where we're just working with the emotions, same process. So it's so easy for the client, and that's the way I made it. It's like you're already dealing with an illness. I don't want to add to it. My body can take it, deal with it, and push and pull, and I love it when people will write to me going, were you attached to me at 1 o'clock this afternoon? Because I could feel you and I was all giggly. And I'll look at my notes and sure enough, I was attached at 1 o'clock. So it's a wonderful process, and I encourage you to really think about it. You know, people will hesitate and, you know, will this really work? You'll definitely get change. You will definitely get change. And it may not be exactly what you want, or it could be tremendously more.
Yes.
So think about that.
I love it. It is fascinating and mysterious, but it makes sense when you explain it in that way. What's the process like for you of those 2 days and nights?
The process for me for those 2 days and nights, you know, my energy is a little bit different. I think everybody says that, but my energy for me is I literally will take in your disease process. And so it is a lot of bathroom time for me, because think about it. When your literal cells, we're not talking the auric field, we're talking about the immune system, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about inside the body. The subtle energy field is, in science, our immune system. So I'm working within that subtle energy field. It's tangible. So imagine when you prick your finger, blood's got to go somewhere, right? It's going to come out of your hand and it's going to fall on your pants or fall on the floor or go on a napkin. It's the same with what I'm pulling out of you during that time period. It's got to have a vessel to go into. Now, people around the world will go, no, it's just energy, just you throw it off. No, in this way, and the shamans in Peru, from what I understand, do the same thing. And some of the Native American shamans will do the same thing. The very few of us that can literally pull it, take it in, and then process it so that we're not being ill. We're not getting sick. I don't consider the process, the vomiting, diarrhea, whatever, process, I don't consider that being ill. I know it's going to be a 48-hour time period, and I set my schedule accordingly. But it's something that's very unique, happened very naturally, and I just take it as part of my gift. This is the trade-off, right? And so knowing that there's other individuals in the world who process the same thing, because again, we're not dealing with an auric field, a tangible energy out here. We're literally in your cells, and the stuff in your cell has to go somewhere. So I'm the vessel.
It's amazing, because when you think about the medical system and going to the doctor or going to the chiropractor, going to get a massage, all the things that we can do for our bodies. But this is a whole other amazing approach to be able to go in and hit the illness or the disease on the cellular level and really get some kind of long-lasting change.
Right.
It sounds like it's a long-lasting.
It is. And what I love about it, honestly, is, the people who know me and the people who don't, I'll let you know, I'm a firm believer that the body needs Western and Eastern medicine. I am not against Western medicine at all. So if somebody's choosing, they've got cancer and they're choosing to go through chemo and so forth, that's cool. I can look at their body when they're having their chemo. I can pull out the excess chemo. We can do their cellular cleansing, so much to assist them in their Western process. and be able to bring this piece in from an Eastern standpoint in terms of energy, to be able to make both pieces fit. And I'm always willing to support my clients in whichever direction they want to go. It doesn't matter to me. I think what matters to me is that they're comfortable. You have to be comfortable with what it is that you want to have me work with you for your greatest health and best health and so forth. And if that's bringing in the family, that's bringing in the family. There's so many different ways of doing it. There's no limitations. The limitation ends up coming into what you feel you can't do. And there's no limitations. That's the fallacy of life, right? Is believing we have limitations.
Exactly.
So I encourage you to think about it. And this is the key that I tell everyone when they're like, should I do it? You know what? I don't want this to be a marketing ploy. This is what you do. You go to the website, you look at cellular cleansing, the emotional, the cellular, the intensive, whatever it is, and you sit with it and you close your eyes so that you're accessing your emotional database inside your body. And you say, is this right for me? And if you get a nice light feeling, it's a yes. And if you get a heavy feeling, it's a no. And that doesn't mean I'm a bad practitioner. It means I'm not the practitioner for you at this given moment. Trust yourself. Always, always trust yourself. Trust your body and reach out, and always love to have that talk with you, that consultation to see if my services are in line with what you need.
I love it. And then the 6 months later is a check-in. You get to have a check-in with you again.
You get to check in with me every month.
Oh, amazing.
Every month for 6 months. And if you are going through something really hardcore, let's say you're in stage 4 cancer, whatever, then if you need to check in every week, if you need my support every week or to do some different energy week, you can. If you need me to make you your own MP3, your own process of your healing pools, then that's what happens. It's not just coming in and doing 6 hours of work or 8 hours of work or 2 hours of work. It is from the moment we start, I'm going to stay with you over that next 6 months and make sure that I can be the most helpful I can be in terms of helping you with getting better health.
That's so supportive to be able to know that you have this huge process in those 2 days, and then be able to check in with your progress, with your concerns, with whatever changes. It just sounds like it's a very supportive process instead of one session and then that's it.
It is.
Then to combine it with your medical doctor or other modalities, it also sounds like it all flows together. It doesn't contradict any of that, which is amazing.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all. So please consider it.
Yes, so interested in it.